Hi everyone, and welcome to my channel where I focus on exposing the narcissist. My name is Clarice and I hope you find this video beneficial because today I will be looking at, are narc survivors innocent? Should we take accountability for the failed relationships we've had with narcissists? What role did we have to play? This topic was inspired by a loyal subscriber of mine called London, Washington, who wanted to know if we, the ones who were involved in a relationship with a narcissist, should be held accountable as well for the negative outcome of the relationship. Although I make reference to the love bombing stage and romantic relationships, I'm talking about all relationships where we've had to separate ourselves from these toxic people. So if it was a narcissistic friend, parent, child, etc., all these relationships are applicable. And what I say pertains to them. Okay, so apparently the information out there surrounding this issue is divided. Some people say, nay, we shouldn't be held accountable. Other people say, yay, that we should. So I'm going to be sharing my 2 cents. I will try and be fair and give a balanced approach, because what I found in being in a relationship with a narcissist is that they can bring out the worst in you. They get to know what buttons to push in order to get a reaction, or their height of inconsideration and selfishness drives us to react in ways that are not becoming. And if one is not mindful of what the narcissist is doing, by pushing us over the edge so that we end up saying and doing things that are out of our character, before we know it, we lose ourselves and become bitter, angry, resentful, and unforgiving, just like the narcissist. Have you ever realized that smirk of satisfaction from the narcissist when they get us to lash out or react to them? Because that's exactly what they want. They want us to be filled with negativity. They want us to be like them. Evil always seeks company. And when you react, it means you care. It means they've got a hold on you, and that needs to break. I've done a video on responding instead of reacting to the narcissist, and also about breaking that spiritual bond that was created. So be sure to check them out. I will leave links in the description and at the end of this video. Okay, back to the point I was trying to make. So we may have reacted at times in ways that can condemn us. And even though it was driven by their dark ways, it was a choice that we made. But that is as much responsibility, I think, that anyone should take. Because as we know, some of those very same reactions are what the narcissist uses to justify a discard or why the relationship couldn't work. So basically, by reacting, the narcissist gets some dirt on us that they can use. Even though they are the ones that provoked the reaction, that is not considered in their minds or when they smear you to other people. No, you are just the crazy emotional wreck who makes their lives miserable. It's a dirty game that the narcissist plays, and that is why even in such instances, I don't believe we should absorb any blame. The narcissists also deluded themselves about us, thinking we were perfect in every way, and then are disappointed when we don't match up to their fantasy. But that's a problem they've created for themselves. Now let's take a walk down memory lane, where it all began. If you remember, the narcissist begins the relationship with deceit. We were presented with a mate of our dreams. We thought we were in a loving relationship where people give and take. We know no one is perfect, but we were willing to work around and compromise where needed. Now let's fast forward a bit. After all of the crazy making, lies, abuse, and betrayal, we lost confidence in ourselves and a sense of who we were. Many of us didn't get to come up for air before we were ripped off the pedestal and discarded like yesterday's trash. Others barely made it out alive, and some are still in it trying to get by. We didn't sign up to be used and abused. We thought we were in love with someone who loved us. We thought we were sharing our lives with a soulmate, a friend, someone we could trust. We signed up for love, not a game. But unbeknownst to us, the narcissist had other plans because to them, every aspect of life is a game that they must win by any means necessary. So they set us on a pedestal and placed unrealistic expectations that made us doomed to fail. They wanted to see how high we will jump or how low we would go to keep them happy. They deceived us with a persona that was never real. We got caught up in their fantasy, in their world of make-believe, and we found out that nothing was ever quite what it seemed, but found it hard to believe that it could have all been a lie. So we held on, trying to rekindle a love that once was, but never really was. We tried to find in the narcissist the person who swept us off our feet and told us we were all they will ever need, but are met with resistance, silence, and evil so cold and deep. We search for the sense of all that is now not what it was cracked up to be. We are too broken mentally, spiritually, physically. We need to breathe. So, do I think that anyone should be held accountable for a failed relationship with a narcissist? A relationship that was built on a foundation of manipulation and lies. A relationship that would bring tears to anyone's eyes if they had to walk in our shoes, if only for a mile. Should we take responsibility for the anxiety, stress, and hurt that we still face? Even though they may not be wounds now, they are scars that will never be erased. I didn't hurt them, they hurt me. And what I found is that the only way to make a relationship work with a narcissist is to be a walking mat, a punching bag that still beckons to their every want and need. That's not love. That's misery. That's abuse. The only thing I'm guilty of is falling in love with someone who never loved me. We were fools for love, tricked into a fairy tale love story that never ends well. We believed in love, they believed in exploitation. It does take two to tango, but the playing field was never fair to start with. We laid our cards and our hearts on the table and they ripped them to pieces. The narcissist who chose to be the puppet master, the manipulator who wanted absolute control, they should take absolute responsibility for something that could have never worked for all parties involved, because it was never about us. It was always about them. So that's what I believe, that narcissists and their narcissistic ways are the main reasons why relationships end badly. But when it's all said and done, ideally, we should have known better to not get caught up in the first place. And I'm sure for many of us, if we could turn back time, things would be very different. But what's done is done. We learn from the past to improve our future. And not being a pawn in the narcissist game should always be the goal. And my wish for all survivors is that you always have hope for a better tomorrow and that we thrive for health and happiness. As always, I look forward to hearing your thoughts, so please leave me a comment below. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, please subscribe for more and don't forget to click that bell to turn on notifications from this channel. Until next time, peace and blessings.